All right, Murph, so you're going to make up the two cocktails that you have here.
Okay, your basic mimosa is either champagne and orange. Some people like a little extra orange flavor. We add a little Cointreau to it. So, and this can be done to taste, depending on your preference.
Cointreau is an orange liqueur made in France, very concentrated orange.
Come on up, sir. What's your name? Dennis, I'm Kyle. This is Murph. We're going to make the mimosa from 2010. So come on, step on up. I'm going to show you. Yeah, that'll be this year. This is really the mimosa from 2020. Move right over, right here.
I'm old.
This is a little.
Let me help you out, Doctor.
This is a little trickier. Thank you. I think I had a lot of help from culinary this week, our chef. And what we do, sorry, my mic's a little. What we do is we take sodium alginate, which is a byproduct of seaweed. Almost gives seaweed that gelatin feel, right? You're going to take that and just a regular, any puree. Anybody ever hear of strawberry puree, which you use in daiquiris? This is a mango puree. So we took a mango orange puree, we added the sodium alginate, and then we let that mix in there. We mixed that up with our hand mixer that fell on the floor earlier. And then, and then we took calcium chloride, which is, anybody take science class, periodic table?
Salt.
Calcium chloride? Salt, right? And so then if you ever see a bartender walk up to you with a syringe, you might run. Like I probably would. I would say, can I have a mimosa? And they came out like this. Sure. That might scare you away, but maybe it'll be more common in 2020. We'll see. This started, I think, back 2006, 2007. This is called molecular mixology. So you're going to take this syringe. Now this has just puree and sodium alginate, and you're just going to drop it right into here.
Just squirt it?
Yeah, just squirt it, and you're good.
The whole thing?
No, not the whole thing. You're just going to give little drops. See how they make little spheres? What you do is you just...
Oh, drop.
My drops are a little long. But they just make little spheres. And what initially happens after that, we actually have a fruit caviar. So the fruit caviar, here we'll drain this right. This is already sitting in water. What you do is you're going to drain this. The sodium chloride almost cooks it and seals it. So you're going to take that, you just drain it into here. Now I have little mango orange caviars, right? So you take that, and what we're going to do with that, if you could, just take a spoon and just scoop some up, and you're going to put them right into this champagne glass.
It's like corn.
Yeah, it looks almost like corn, or Murph said they looked like Rice Krispies yesterday. I don't know if they look like Rice Krispies.
Well, they were a little darker, a little different color yesterday.
All right, that's good. So then you take the Prosecco, which is our choice of sparkling wine today. Is that right?
Thank you.
Is that right? I'm sorry.
Kyle just
I'm insulting you by
champagne.
calling it a champagne. I know champagne's only from
He
France.
likes the expensive stuff.
So you're going to take that right in here. You're going to throw your Jolly Rancher. Who doesn't like Jolly Ranchers, right? So we're going to make a Jolly Rancher. It's going to give me vodka. A little cranberry juice. Oh no, watermelon pucker. We're going to skip that part of this one. And we're just going to do a little grenadine.
Grenadine is made from the pomegranate. And the famous drink that is made with ginger ale and grenadine is, anybody know?
What we're doing is part of my job here in Caesars is to try and create a fun atmosphere with cocktails, which really isn't that hard. After you had 2 or 3 of my cocktails, probably, you'll have fun no matter what. So today we're doing, anybody ever hear of a cosmopolitan? Cosmopolitan, clap it up. Anybody over here cotton candy? Everybody like cotton candy? All right. So what I'm doing is I'm combining the two. And what we're doing, we're making a cotton candy Cosmopolitan. And what we do with that, who knows the ingredients of a Cosmopolitan? Somebody raise a hand. Somebody from New York, you know the ingredients? What goes in it?
Cointreau, vodka, and cranberry juice.
That's right. And a little lime on top. That's right. Instead of the Cointreau, which adds the sweetness, we're going to take actual cotton candy and add the sweetness to the cocktail, which is a Cosmopolitan. So, and what my little secret to a Cosmopolitan, try and use Absolute Citron, which is a citrus vodka. Either one, but this is my secret. It gives it a little kick, kind of like Emerald Lagasse. What do you say? Bam. That type of thing. So you're going to add a shot of citrus vodka. And you're not going to, you skip the process of adding the triple sec, and you're going to add a little cranberry juice. And just a splash of lime juice right on top. And then you just take a glass, actual cotton candy, no matter, it could be blue, pink, whatever cotton candy you want. It's just going to give it a little sweetness that the Cointreau would have given it. So if everybody sees a cotton candy here, you're just going to drop that right on top, and it dissolves right in there. As you see, it just dissolves right into a little sugar base at the bottom.
Beautiful, beautiful.
That's it. So, who said that they like cotton candy? Can I get a volunteer? Who's an inspiring bartender? You're an inspiring bartender? Come on up. Are you old enough to drink? Are you old enough to drink? Are you 21? Little splash of lime, I'm sorry. Throw that in there. You can shake it with two hands like this. It's all right. Here, we'll do it like this. Here, I'll take this one. You take mine. This way. If I get wet, I'm okay. That's it. That's it. Now you're going to just knock it a little bit. I always have an issue with this. But this contest and what we serve, and part of my job also, is supplying all our restaurants with wine. And a huge seller and a very popular wine that we have in Nero's Grill is Jordan Cabernet. Anybody ever hear of a Cabernet or a Merlot or know the difference? What's the difference between a Cabernet and a Merlot? Volunteer. Difference between a Cabernet and Merlot. The size of the foot that stomps them? Is that what you said? What is it?
It's a kind of grape.
The grape, exactly. That's all it is. It's a Merlot grape. It's a Cabernet grape. There's no difference between either the wines except for that grape. So the same person that does this to the Merlots does this to the Cabernets. It's the same exact process, right? So what we serve upstairs is we have a Jordan Cab and we have a Rutherford Hill Merlot. Who enjoys wine? Do I need a volunteer? Can I get a volunteer for wine? Volunteer? My man who answered the question. Let me go with him. He answered the question at least. What's your name?
What's your name?
Mitch.
Mitch? Mitch Kyle?
That's it. Okay.
And Brian. Take it
All
away,
right.
guys.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if anyone joined us last week. Every week we'll be doing a new innovative cocktail or a new take on an old classic. Last week we did cotton candy cosmopolitans. This week we're going to do a new take on an apple martini. This is Brian. He's a day one employee. Can I have an applause sign? That's the ooh sign, but we'll do the applause. So Brian's been here since day one, and he can definitely show us what the classic apple martini would look like. So Brian, if you could just make up a classic apple martini, I'll explain what we did to put a little twist to it. Has anyone ever seen an infomercial where you have a vacuum seal where you save your meats or your fruits? So what I did, and I got a lot of help from culinary. What we did was we took an apple martini that Brian's making now. I sliced down an apple. I put it into a cryovac machine. Now what that does is it takes the oxygen out of the bag. When it takes the oxygen out of the bag, it presses all that liquor into apple slices. So then you get, can I have a ooh sound? Ooh. So then you get edible apple martinis, where you can make them at home. We're going to make them here in the Forum Lounge, so you'd pour it out. And then that is a modern take on an apple martini. Now what we can do with this is you can make it a caramel apple martini, maybe drizzle some caramel on top of your apples here. Or you could sprinkle some sugar. And it makes an awesome cocktail. It makes also an awesome appetizer. If everybody's not eating or drinking, they can do both at the same time. So 6 of these slices, and your party's on.
Kyle, where could we get an apple martini? Where could you purchase an apple martini?
We're going to be doing this in the Forum Lounge and in Primavera starting today. You'll be able to purchase this cocktail. I do have a couple samples we'll hand out at the end of the presentation. So now, I do have some volunteers already, right? What was your name again? Wines. What do you know how to do? Drink them, or do you know about them at all? A little bit of both. All right, so being that we're featuring Primavera. Primavera is an Italian restaurant here in Caesars. Again, it's right up this ramp, off to your right, right by the Diamond Club. You go up a red staircase, and you're there to our hidden jewel, Primavera. We're going to feature 3 Italian wines. Before I started here, I got to tell you, Yellowtail is where my wine game was at. I got to tell you, it was either I go to a restaurant and I think I would order either white Zinfandel or just something that I'm comfortable with, because they would give me a wine list and say, here, pick something. And it'd be a million things, and I'd just be looking at it, and I wouldn't know what to pick, especially in a high-end restaurant like Primavera. So I'd stick to my white Zinfandel if I needed wine, and if the young lady I was with, or if my fiance was there with me, she'd order, and then whatever you want, hun. So since I've started here, I've learned a little bit about wine. So what we're featuring today, this is an Amarone. Amarone wine, this is the only wine, the grape is dried to a raisin. And then it's the only wine that's actually made to have a bold, raisiny taste. It goes great with your meats. It's a great wine to have. Amarone Tomasi. It's an Italian wine. Here is a Chianti. Chianti in Italy, do you know how you put salt on wine? Salt on steak. Now some people put salt on steak. In Italy, they don't. In Italy, it's all about the Chianti. They drink Chianti with everything because it has a salty flavor towards the back once you drink it. It's a great wine to have with any Italian dish. Chianti's where you want to go. Now here, because we featured the green apple here, we have a Santa Margherita Pinot Grigio. Everybody familiar with this? This is a very familiar wine. Has a green apple taste. It's a great wine to have.